Right. Okay, we are live. See what's going on out here. Still got our #1 spot. Neck and neck. 5402. I'm sure that'll probably come down. When everybody starts running those 5.3s in their Lambos. Did a little tweaking of a couple of our cars yesterday, trying to get them a little better, and we put blowers on a bunch of our NA cars so that we can go out there and not worry about catching Lambos, because that's a big plus. Unless we want to, then because I've got at least one car that I'll take on a Lambo with, and if they make a mistake, I can get a win here and there. Alright, so tonight, here on Garbage Night, got a cool day today. Finally cooled off with that rain. We'll see how long it lasts. Actually I found the phone that has all my songs on it, so I can actually play songs without listening to Spotify commercials or anyone else's commercials. I don't know how much music I have on here. I didn't check, but I had a good number of songs on here. We got an NA car, the Camaro TTG. I didn't actually tweak this car, which I kind of wanted to try. The shifts were kind of off there. Still got the 5.4. decent pass. Don't see too many Camaros out here, so there'll be less fast ones out here. He got the red. I haven't really hit my shifts yet. Both of our cars seem to be a bit slow. Just ignore that little piece of rubber sticking out of the fender. That's nothing to worry about. That was an early first shift. Alright, we got another 5-4. He wants to keep it going. He might have treed us. Yeah, he did tree us, but we had a better time, but the game made it look like he was ahead the whole time. That was a little later first shift on that one, so it's pretty much anyone's guess of where the right spot is, really. See, that was an early one. He got the 5-4. He got the big 60. I think that's enough in the Camaro. I don't want to get 29 by 21. What is that? We'll check this other Camaro. Didn't connect. Never really checked to see if you lose your 20K or what on that deal. I can't seem to find the right volume on this phone now. Forgot to check my messages. You're watching my sub count? I didn't know you could look at. I never noticed you could look at other. Yeah, I guess you can look at other people's sub counts when you go on their channel. I'm getting those subs from something else though, from other videos. I know that for a fact because I can check that. I mean, we got a ton of people coming through here when I first started streaming this a couple of weeks ago, and then it kind of went down and went down and went down. But I get the feeling people are just looking for tunes, maybe. Switch up cars. So this one we won't be able to protect ourselves from Lambos if we put up races. We'll see if I can jump in races. Yeah, I actually got out there and did a little fishing today. Made myself a fishing video. Since it cooled off, I figured I'd take advantage. Got myself a little pocket-sized bass for the effort. But it's a place that I really haven't had much luck at for a long time. A lot of places getting fished out, and they just don't seem to produce. That's like that old thing about, yeah, I used to fish here years ago. You hear that from fishermen all the time. Yeah, I fished here years ago. I used to catch a lot of fish, a lot of nice ones. Yeah, it's not a very exciting video. It's pretty long. I didn't really edit it all that much. I kind of just put up unedited videos when I do fishing videos. It's all POV, so it's just the scenery and stuff. Some little kid said they caught a catfish. I saw over there. And then another guy said he caught a bunch of carp because there's a lot of carp. They're pretty easy to catch if you know how to catch them. But that's not what I'm. I should grab that race. At 29:21, because that could have been something. Could have been a matchup for me. Did I just put up a race? I can't remember. And then I had to rescue a bird that was caught in a tree in the fishing line. I broke the branch. I took a bird out of the tree, but it still had the line wrapped around his leg. His leg didn't look too good, so I don't know. But I mean, there ain't much you can do with a bird. He must have. Oh, it's a Lambo. I was like, why is he so far out there? If I could have treated him, I would have had him. I would have had him by .01. That's what he beat me by. That's what happens when you. He's waiting for me to go for the rematch. Usually they just immediately try and get a rematch out of you if they know that you're obviously overmatched. Because he probably would have ran like a low 5.4 on the next pass. But you never know. Depends on how fast people are. I don't know what all that means, but I was going to grab that race. Yeah, this Nissan is kind of stuck though because it's a turbo, so you can't block the Lambos from coming in. Okay, we already raced him. I think he wanted to race more, didn't he? In the Camaro. Let's just see what we get. See how many Lambos are out there lurking. Oh, we actually got a Skyline. So depending on how we run, I got a good launch in it, but it didn't give me the good 60 on that one. Applebee's. That's the one I couldn't read before. It's got the box. There we go. There's a good one. So far my cars seem to be running pretty good today. Even with the stream running. And I was actually uploading video too before. And it seemed to be okay. That's pretty much the same as streaming though. if you're uploading. But that doesn't really take much bandwidth, depending on it, unless you have really good upload. But usually the normal internet has a low upload speed, like 20. If you get a really fast speed, sometimes you can get like 50 upload. Just depends on how much you need. I think I used to stream before with something like a 5 upload, and I had to really turn things down. That was years ago. But usually about 20 is the norm now. And I think people kind of demanded it because everyone is streaming and everyone's a content creator these days, so they need the upload. Getting pretty good traction in the Nissan, but that was a little too much traction on that one, so it didn't get that 60. I actually saw one of these cars on the street today, like this pretty much the same exact look as this, the same headlights, that same little spoiler in the back like that. So I'm guessing it was the same car basically. I don't really know what these cars look like and what years they are and stuff. What's going on, TRX? Gotta turn my headphones down a little. Not headphones, but earbuds. No one uses headphones anymore. Except pro gamers. They got the crazy headphones. All right. So we've gotten some pretty good times so far out of our cars. We got some crazy fast times out of the Lambo. I was testing them out earlier, a little bit earlier, before I started the stream. But that's not surprising. I don't know how many people are in the game right now. I just saw this guy in the chat. Yeah, I got some old classics on this phone. I have them on one of those music players. I wish its volume was just a little bit lower, but I can't seem to find that in between spot. This thing, you really got to be on top of it. You really have to be ready to shift like we were. Now we're right on the borderline of engine repair. That's a good pass for that, though. I wonder if I turn down the in-game volume, and that might give me a little more flexibility. Because I have multiple places I could turn this down. But that might make it a little better. This is a louder car. It's probably about this. It might be a little louder than the NA cars actually. It was nice to get on the outdoors though. It's a Lambo. Gappleese and Gappy Gilmore. It's all about the gap. I think I'm going to change this view. So what are you up to, TRX? You still there? I was thinking no one wanted to race me for a minute there. It didn't even change the volume. It did that. The volume level may be overridden by my other controls. Got a good launch. That Ranger was up there with us for a bit because he got me on the tree good, but then he kind of lost it. Couldn't keep up. Let's see if I can put the volume down to 80. See what that does. There's an NA car. And it's usually going to be a Camaro, so it should be an even matchup. I think that volume might have changed it a little. Let's see if I get a launch here. Yeah, that's an even race. And got him. If I would have treed, I would have got him a lot more. Just barely got him. I wanted to watch the replay on that. See, on the replay, it looks a little different. I think I've seen this guy before. No one ever liked this Nissan for some reason. I don't know if they could never get it. They couldn't get it to work, or what. I didn't get in the right stage. I didn't get enough traction there. My car was slipping all over the place. He didn't get a very good time either. See, my car was sliding around till about right there, and it got back in line about half track in fifth gear. Little sketchy. Nothing you can really do about that. He creeped ahead of me there. Well, it made it look like he was, because he had a better 60. I mean, a better RT. So it made it look like he was creeping ahead of me. You could see he got out. He got a pretty good sized wheelie, and his car was still up. He just came down there. My car usually always stays up for a bit. But he was really about right there. About a hood's length. I don't know if he got a 5.4 in any of those races. Because you really need to get a 5.4 in that Camaro. See if the Lambos are out. Yeah, pretty much just kind of race what I feel like racing. Unless I get people wanting to race, I'm just gonna race. We had a bunch of people in here putting up codes. His car looked like it was stuck there for a minute. There's definitely something going on in his lane. His car is getting stuck all the time. telling where his car really is from that. Oh, we got the big number. Luckily, he didn't tree. Even so, he wouldn't have got me with a 57. Now with a 46. Yeah, I've been getting some 46s in this. I mean, I don't race it as much probably as I used to because of the Lambo. But that was a quick tree though, because I couldn't really tell when he was staged because his car was kind of jerking around. It was a little bit. Oh, I should have taken that blue car. People are jumping in those races. Because they see my tire size, they might think it's they could think it's an Audi wagon too, which is going to be tougher to beat than like a typical NA car. Should probably check this mail. 5.5s in the no prep Lambo. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I made what did I make before? A drag radial Evo before, because it's only a slight different in the amount of traction, so you just have to change it slightly. And I was getting like low 5s in it, so that's how those cars are. They pretty much run any way you run them. They have no problem making traction. The NA cars are a lot more particular. And they need that crazy launch. There's an NA car we can jump on. Oh, it's a Mani big wheel. It looks like our volume is down just a little bit, so hopefully it'll stay there. This could be a good one. Oh yeah. This car's flying tonight. Just like when I used to race it all the time up against these NA cars. He doesn't want the rematch. Dead on 580. I realized what that meant before, now I forgot again. But technically it should be dead on 590, right? Because isn't that the typical bracket time? Maybe it means something else. 29 by 21. Oh, that's the old Supra. Picked up a little lag there. That's a pretty good decals he's got on that. got a little too much grip on that, but still got the 47. I guess I can run it till it breaks. I was going to jump in on that Lambo. That could have been a mistake. Alright, so we raced these two. I was actually doing a little bit of adjustments on this boss. But I'm going to change this over to blower. Unless we find something out here. Because I don't want to constantly be putting up races. Guess I'll take this. You never know where the car is going to come from, if the car is going to come floating in, or if it's going to come underground and come up out of the ground. That's not bad for the boss. I'll take it with the blower. So I think I had the turbo on it before. But I think I also changed the bars on it too. It kind of changed the launch on it a little bit. Yeah, I'd say there are people that put up races all the time, and then there are people that just lurk in the lobby and jump in races. Yeah, I mean, I want to have the NA cars blower because then I don't have to worry about Lambos. That was the main reason I was changing the blower. And I'm pretty sure it makes a difference between blowers and turbos and nitrous. There we go, 51. So those changes I made seem like it made a good difference. This car has really quick shifts. It has a quick first, and then the other shifts are pretty quick too. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. I know that I think people were hitting 5.4s in that when it first came out, but I think they may have nerfed it a little, just like they did with the Box Nova, because that was running like mid 5.4s. But I remember there were a few cars that were dipping down close to the mid 5.4s, and I think they nerfed them, which, looking back, that was kind of a mistake, because now you have a low 5.4 Lambo. So whereas if you had mid 5.4 NA cars, that would be fairly competitive. You know, get a tree. If someone's only running a 45 in their Lambo, pretty happy with how this boss turned out. So, but I mean, if they drop this other class now, this diesel class, I wonder what that's gonna do. And I actually was messing with this Maverick a little bit too. Were you running that no prep Lambo? What kind of cars are you finding with that? I bet that you could get a 5.4 with a no prep Lambo. I bet it's possible. We got a couple Lambos here. Not gonna mess with those. Maybe I shouldn't run my Lambo right now while all the Lambos are out. I've had no prep cars in the past. I've had like 1/8 mile cars. I've had 10.5 cars. Yeah, I don't want to mess with that guy in that Lambo. Guess we could take the Lambo out. Just to see how it does with the full load, with the stream and everything. What do you mean, Voodoo's no prep Lambo? Well, I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if you can run 5.3s. guess we can race this guy. He's always out here. He's got the 26. He just left in a hurry. He just left in a hurry. That always makes me wonder when somebody does that. What exactly is going on over there? And I mean, he wasn't even close. Now he doesn't want to stage. But I wanted him to stage first. I got the 00 with the 45. He only got a 52. I was expecting him to be quick in that. Now he staged double vault immediately. I think I got pretty good shifts there. The car's just not quite how it was earlier. I can't see how he's staging over there, so that's why I'm kind of... Yeah, he doesn't... doesn't seem that competitive in the Lambo. He puts up a lot of races, though. But he doesn't usually race all out, though. I don't think. What's up, TJ? Yeah, I mean, I try to adjust my delay, you know, so that I can pretty much try to get the light, try to much be on the light, so I won't red light, but I'll get the low RT. You know, that's kind of the trick. I mean, you can bring your delay down and down and down, but you know, trying to get that tree. But I mean, if you try too much, because you kind of got to account for lag, a little bit of lag too, you're going to get a lot of reds if you really try and fine tune it too low. But there's an update? Please tell me there's not an update. I didn't see anything about an update. There's nothing on the Facebook page. No, there's no update. Try this guy. I know he's quick. Yeah, the nitrous car seems like it's a little more temperamental than the other one. First gear was way off. He gets a 001 on me and a 39. What are the odds? Someone running a 001 and a 39 on you. Let's see if you could do it again. Oh, well, actually, he got the loss, so I don't feel so bad because he got the HK. I didn't even see the times come up there. Yeah, he seems to be like automatic on the 5.3s. He's getting those really low 60 foots. I can't seem to get, I can't get a good pass against him. That just happens sometimes. Yeah, the Lambo is pretty much going to be everyone's fastest car by a lot. I actually have another one that's I think is a little better. I kind of like using this one though because it's nitrous. And there's no one out there running a nitrous Lambo, so. You're saying he ran a 5.3 with a no prep Lambo? I don't know about that. I'm trying to think because the Lambo, the way the Lambo is, oh yeah, the guy was racing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you're racing the same cars, sometimes it seems like your car doesn't run right against, like they'll be getting all the good times and you won't be. But then sometimes you race someone and you'll get all the good times and the other guy won't when you know that he's capable of running them. So it could, I think it depends sometimes. I think it's pretty rare. Like I know both of my cars will run 5.3s. And if I'm racing someone that I know will run 5.3s, I think it's pretty rare that you're both going to be on, where you're both going to run that good. I think it has to do with the connection and it's just something about how the game works, I think. Good day, mate. What's going on down under? Yeah, I was looking up that 24-hour flight to Australia, but I was thinking, is it really 24 hours, or do they account for the time change? So you're landing 24 hours later, but it wasn't really, the flight isn't really 24 hours, because that doesn't make any sense. Because can't you fly around the world in 24 hours? So you're sorting out, you mean the game or you mean real life stuff? Or both? Yeah, see, I told you the thing would run 5.4 no prep, just because of how the car works. It's pretty much going to be fast, no matter what you do. Like the Audi wagon is probably a fast no prep car. Just the way those all-wheel drives work. It's not like an NA car where You put an NA car on a no prep track, and it doesn't work at all, and you have to totally rework it to get traction. Yeah, I'm actually kind of in a holding pattern as with what I'm planning to do here. You got Mr. Ghost here in his Lambo. See, this Lambo was always my best one, and I've always had like a backup one that I've been messing with, trying to get a different setup to work. I'm getting the second gear on that. Are you shifting your car like I am? Because that's 60. Your 60 really needs to go down. You really need to crank that thing up. I'll try on your track. Oh, he left. See, your car is low too. I mean, I've seen people with low cars, but this car doesn't actually have to be low to be fast. I think that second was a little late. Yeah, see, my cars are just not, they're not really digging right now on that 60 foot. They're just kind of lackadaisical, I guess you'd call it. But I figure while it's a lot of Lambos out here, I might as well get it out, and then hopefully the Lambos will kind of thin out. You're giving away money now. You're so rich. You better have a lot of money for when those diesels come out. I'm surprised that they're gonna dump a bunch of new cars on us without even talking about the supercars, really. There hasn't been any posts about it or anything. I guess if people don't complain about the racist guy. So he's got 27.5, but his car is lower than mine. I mean, that may depend on your tune, or he's got bars too. So this is one of those goofy tunes, probably. I was a little late on one gear there. See, my car is just not, they don't seem to have to get up and go right now that they had earlier. But these cars aren't like the NA cars where they have to be on the ground. So it seemed like I got shifts there. Still only got a 44. I felt like I got shifts there. I mean, he's got the low car and the bars and everything, so it seems like, I mean, he's not going to have those bars on there without a reason. I got first a little earlier that time. Same result. I don't know what happened to him. I've raced him before, though. The music stopped. I guess it was just quiet. Quiet song. Everybody's listening to the Expedition 33 soundtrack. That's the big video game that came out this year. I didn't get it. I don't usually buy video games. If I like a game, I'll usually just watch someone play it, because that's less effort for me. If it's a story game, because it's like watching a movie. Because I don't watch movies really, because they're all pretty much trash. I don't know. Neither one of my Lambos seems like it's putting up the big numbers right now. I'm not really seeing any lag or anything on the game. What's going on, Jaden? Welcome to the stream. See, that's pretty much how I like to shift my Lambo. It's 545. The 60 is not there. Not sure what that means. Oh, we got a lot of people out here. Got Oz out here with his Lambo floating in. I could be late on that second shift. The RT was horrible. The 60 was no good. His 60 was up there. Over 7. I really hate to try and change this thing though, because I know it's capable. Those shifts were pretty much identical. I got a 41 at least. I mean, at least that's a really good time. It's almost a 5.3. I think when you're hitting those 650 and 660, 60 foots, I think that's not always going to happen. That's something. I don't know what, but it's something. I don't know. I mean, they've been talking about diesels for a while, haven't they? I mean, at this point in the game, I think their thinking is keep pumping out new cars and keep buffing the old cars. But the problem is they're not buffing the old cars enough, so they're not competitive with a lot of some of them they buff. You know, I don't know if that's a decision or if that's just how the cars turn out. kind of funny to see a diesel truck going head to head with a Lambo, though. I guess we'll try our other car for a little bit, but it just seems like it lost a little bit. Could be because a lot of people, because the game seemed to clear out. I was late on a bunch of those shifts. We both had the 44s. I had a better 60. But then my numbers kind of fell off. And his got better down the track. Yeah, it just seems like this car is kind of chugging right now. See if I can get on those shifts. I was late on 6. And see, that wasn't. We had the same 60. Pretty much same numbers all the way down. I don't know what the heck that song is doing in my playlist. It doesn't really seem to matter who I race either. I thought that guy was going to be in a Lambo, because maybe I'll try the left lane. See if the left lane's working. I mean, it could make a difference because it gives you a different perspective of the, the game. It's like showing you different things. So it could have an effect. I forgot to purge. There, red lit. 00 red with a pretty average pass. But he was overmatched, so that wasn't really a fair race. That's the thing about this car too, is that you can put up big numbers in it, but if you're not, it kind of makes you want to keep trying because it'll do it. So you can get stuck in it. When we raced him earlier, but he seemed to be like a little bit off the pace for the Lambo. So I don't want to go after him. I know he races other classes that I wouldn't mess with. See, a lot of different tire sizes out here. I don't see his car. There it is. Because tire size actually doesn't make a heck of a lot of difference, but it can make the difference between like an insane pass and kind of what you call average, I guess. See, those are good shifts. 00743. The 60 is just not. It really needs to be in the 67s at least. It's just not getting the. Maybe it's because I repaired. Let's see what the repairs say. Where are you? I'm trying to think where you. Maybe the tires are too good. They're gripping too hard. Maybe that is a thing. I don't want to get stuck in this car though. I guess I'm going to stick with the right side because it just make me feel like I'm going to do better. Maybe because I added a little bit of decal to it. Yeah, see, it seems like I'm getting in A cars now, so. See, those are good shifts. Right on what I'd like to be. The 60 wasn't there. It's just not there. I'm pretty sure this guy's fast. We'll see if Lambo to Lambo makes a difference. The lighting on this track is kind of different. And see, he dropped immediately. And I got a 540 with a 660, 60 foot. It's like you have to race a fast car to get a fast time. But he also has the yellow bars. So does that mean that there was lag? I'd be surprised if I hit that number again. He just left. It could be his connection that got me that time. Now I'm back to 44. Because he just outright left immediately. Alright, I think we'll got to move on. Let's try this Maverick. This thing still has the... No, I think I shortened the bars on this. So I'm curious how this car is going to work. I think it had the Pro Charger on it already. So we'll see if we can get some NA cars. We got the old Charger. I'm going to change the view on this because I prefer that on most of the cars, because I like to see how they launch. Only a 54. The launch is better though, and it was a good 60. I may not have gotten the rest of the shifts. It might be one of those cars where you just have to live with how it launches and try to hit it instead of trying to adjust to make it easier to launch. Got the same guy again, looks like. First gear is still pretty quick in this, and so are the rest of the gears too. I messed up on fourth. Good 60. Hair better on the ET. Yeah, it looks like the lobby's pretty much cleared out. Might be a good time to take a stretch break, maybe. Just a kind of a quick one. Then we'll probably change up cars. So we're going to do this. Alright. So I said I was going to change up cars a bit here. I want to try a few more of these Tier 1 cars. I was surprised how fast this Chevelle was. We're going to call this car a Tier 1. I have pretty much all my faster cars close to the top of the garage. No. So we can try this. $588 wins. Whoa, get a full house here. I see Lambos. I see a non-Lambo. No connection. Yeah, Onslaught's still racing that Lambo out there. Maybe he just got some bad passes against me, but he didn't seem like he was in the 4-4, the 5-4 neighborhood. We'll race this guy. I know he likes racing me. He's going to be mad if I beat him in this. I didn't get good shifts. So he got the 42. 248. He got the 60. All the parts were there. I think from that point it's really in the shifts. And getting a little lucky to hit those monster numbers. I miss my shifts again. I think it's hard to race against a much faster car and a slower car. Looks like my tires are going out. Let's see, you've got an NA car here we can race. I'll get that mail up there in a second. It's kind of an outdated thing to have mail to have envelopes up there. My car didn't work in all that way. I think that because he left, it totally threw my car off. I guess I'll fix some tires because I think they break at 16. $54 no prep. I thought you said you ran 5.4 no prep. You were trying to BS me, were you? Was this the guy we tried to connect to before and it didn't work? Yeah, you're trying different stuff. I keep getting that second shift early because I'm used to shifting in the Lambo. This car is a little bit later second shift than I shift my Lambo. DMV racing. Yeah, don't try to go to the DMV right now. That's a crazy situation I found out. Yeah, like I said, it's not necessarily the tune on the Lambo. It can be something else that you have to change. Maybe even tire size might be better. Different tire size might be better on certain devices because there's a lot of different tire sizes out there. Ghost. There's another Ghost. Now see, now I have to put this on turbo. I mean, you ran that 42. That's a good time for right now because my car seems to be a bit slow right now. In the 60 was there. $51 for this. That's not bad. I'll take that. Took a while. Yeah, 40. I mean, if you run at 41, I would say, and you're getting that, if you're getting, like around in the 670, 60 foot I would say it's just a matter of time. You know, because mine, who knows, maybe racing something else may have fixed my car if I come back to it again. Like that Chicago guy, I ran a 540 on him, but he was yellow bar, so that doesn't really tell me. Plus, there's a lot less people on the game now, so that's going to eliminate any help you're going to get from lag. And I'm not talking about like stupid like lag, you know, lag passes. I'm just saying it, you know, can affect how your car runs. See, those shifts were pretty good except for 6. Only 45. But that was against a slower car too. I mean, whatever tune you got with that 41, I would definitely save that if you're planning on messing with the car more. I mean, you could even try different wheel size, 26 or 28, because it only makes a slight difference going from one tire size from the other. You know, but it could mean a difference between a 42 and a 40. Because it could be, if your device, you know, launches a certain way, yeah, see, there you go. Whatever you did. The 60 is there, everything is there. The 248, I think my car runs 247 usually. You did get a high RT there, which kind of makes me suspicious about how that launch went. But you definitely want to save that tune though, because it might just be the matter of a fraction of an RPM on the shifts. and it's a 5.3. You may have to like be a fraction of earlier on first, or you know, just how the game is. All right, so if you want to run that thing, maybe I should use my nitrous car. We can run them head to head. I keep getting these envelopes up here. $43, no prep in a Lambo. Technically, this isn't my best car, but it has put up big numbers. The other thing is I feel like it does better in this view for some reason. Yeah, see, it looks like both of us are. My shifts were like my car didn't really run right at all that time, and I got a 43, but not a good 60. So but my numbers down the track were way better than yours were. You probably need to race other people because that might be just a bad connection. I keep getting these messages. $553 in a Lambo. Nice, you're getting closer. Maybe that's why all the Lambos disappear, because when there isn't as many people in the game, they're not as fast. Because they all just seem to go away. I mean, you would think there would be, some people around, but they just all They just all just kind of disappear. Well, whoever this was, no connection. Like when you call someone on your cell phone and it doesn't connect. That's kind of like what that is, I think. Does it look like that you're shifting your car the same way I shift my car? Because if I'm pretty sure, like if I go to like 28s, that's going to make my first gear longer. So it's not gonna tack up as fast as with the 27s. So I'm gonna have to like time that first shift differently, and it doesn't seem to work out. But I mean, I guess that could depend on your first gear too. But if you have to, turn up your first gear to offset that, then I think that may not, may have the opposite effect. What's your question, King? See, there's a NA car. Trying to eat and talk here. Let's try some other cars. Now we got the No Prep King 29 by 17 wagon. I was expecting to see wheelie bars when I changed the view. This car feels right. Yep. It's like clockwork. Here's an NA car. Camaro floating in from above. Disconnected. He may have left right as I was coming in. sometimes it'd still let you race. If you would have left a little bit later, I might have gotten the 20K for that. Yeah, as if you want to try that Lambo code race, we could do that. Do you remember who had the better? Which way was better for you? Or if it made a difference? I'm actually just looking at Messenger on my phone because I was thinking that was having an effect, but it doesn't. It didn't seem to matter. I mean, this car works. This car is where it should be on the first pass. Another one. Back-to-back 49s against two different people. You got me by 007. What's going on, man? What's good? We racing? Anybody in the chat racing? Want to drop codes? He treed me last time, so I wanted to make sure I was on that tree. A little bit slower, but I got him on the tree by a lot. If you want to race a certain car, let me know. We can go head to head in a certain car. If you want to just drop a code. We'll try this car one more time since we've got another NA car out here. Got the Camaro. So if this thing's fast, we're going to need to put up a good one. Yeah, we just drove away from him. Another 49. Pretty much the same 60 every time. The tree is good. This car's dialed in pretty good. This car did have a Pro Charger on it. had a couple early shifts there. A couple of slow times. I don't know what his car is capable of, but the Camaro is certainly capable of 5.4. I think it was that envelope that did it. That my mailbox is getting filled up. I wonder if you could empty your mailbox. Get that clutter cleared out. That tree was crazy long. I don't know what that was. My car seems like wasn't really there anymore. Let's see if we can clear out this. So if I delete this chat, will this clear out this mailbox? It only keeps that many, so. $29 mil. What are you going to do with all that? Alright. Let's try the wagon. We're kind of just going through the cars here. So you guys that have come in here, you definitely drop codes. Looks like the game is definitely quieted down though. I pretty much have the same amount of stuff on Wi-Fi, except for my music. My phone that's playing music is not. It's not on Wi-Fi, so it's not using Wi-Fi. Because that would be a little more bandwidth. Okay, what car do we have? Yeah, it's getting pretty quiet out here. Oh, I think that guy that I was racing got my spot. He got the 395. Looks like a bunch of other people got in here too. There was TSK in here with the 540. Did he change his name? I think he changed his name to AI Tunes, because I think he had the 5409. That'd be funny if that was actually a thing where you could ask that when Chat GPT or Grok for for a tune. That would be pretty hard to explain. But if people actually put in the information, if there's information in there about this game and about tunes, then it could possibly calculate based on that. Maybe I'll ask Grok about that later. Because if there's like a bunch of people going in there asking about it and putting in information, like putting in tunes, then it's going to have that information. So when you ask, it's gonna, like, it may even give you back that information that someone else put in. That someone put in, yeah, I play this game called No Limit, and this is my tune, and I run this. And then someone else asks, it's going to kick that information back to them. So basically, it's going to be giving you a tune. I don't think it can figure out actually how to tune the car, but it's going to give you back an answer based on other people's information. Yeah, it looks like Grok knows a lot about tuning, but it's based on a YouTube tune. So it's kind of general in a lot of the suggestions, but has the suspension settings. It doesn't have the right gear ratio. I don't know how it pulled the suspension from the video, but it didn't pull it from the it didn't pull the whole thing. Yep, keep getting closer on that Lambo. Ask Rock. You might want to ask Rock or Chat GPT for the AI tune. Got cornbread. He just left. Missed a couple little shifts. Still got the 48. Got a pretty good 60. The original bottle pop. All right. What should we do now? I missed a couple gears there. 49. 670 60 foot. That helps. All right. Feels like it's kind of winding down here. Game cleared out a lot. We didn't really race a heck of a lot of different cars. I'll jump in on that. I was thinking that was going to be an Audi. Got the 31 Chevelle, no bar. Wow, I didn't get it. I got way too much traction. That's probably because he left immediately. It probably threw my whole car off. He probably dipped out like right when it launched, and it destroyed my launch. It pretty much gave all the traction over to me. That heat from his car just sent it over to my car. This freaking tree. I was early in 6. But that was it. I got a little too much grip on that one. Put me over. Alright, so we'll be uploading a fishing video tomorrow, though it's not all that exciting. But that's been our first time out for a while. Summer really isn't the greatest time to fish when it's really hot out. The fish don't really bite like they do in the spring or the fall when it cools off. Because they're just baking in that warm water. Plus they're going to be deeper. To be in the cooler water, they're not going to be close to the shore on the surface in that warmer water. Because why would they be? Backwoods. Is that what the guy raced? I don't remember him being in a Lambo. What car am I in? Let's see if we can get past in this other. For some reason, my other Nissan seems to be the better one now instead of this one. But I switched to this one because this seemed to be the better one. Asphalt Stomper. I race him. He's a late night racer. Yeah, that Chevelle actually run a mid 5.5. Maybe better. didn't get much traction at all on that one. I was lucky to pull off a 53. He only got to 60 in the Chevelle. I'm pretty sure he runs this car all the time. More of a purist. I don't think the tires poke that much on the Chevelle, though his don't look like they're doing much at all. I got the grip that time. His car was faster that time. No, he actually ran the same time. He treed me, that's why it looked like. But my car wasn't really up to par. He treed me with that. I went right around him. But in the end, it was pretty close. I haven't even looked at a replay tonight. Okay. So we raced all these. Definitely a quiet night tonight. We never actually raced the Porsche, did we? We didn't race this either. The Skyline. Let's see. So there's another Tier 1 car that we haven't raced. At least I have most of the fast ones up in front there. The R8 I'm kind of not really happy with lately. But we can try it. Yeah, my other Nissan seems to be the car though. Over that red one. These cars I actually like, but they're just not competitive at all. The Ferrari, the GT. Oh, I figured the McLaren would be right there next because that's the other car that I never use. These big wheel imports I haven't really been using. But I could try one of them. Let's see if there's anything else in here I haven't really run. I mean, this seems to be one of my best imports, this car here. I kind of figured out like a groove for it as far as shifting it and stuff. And it was putting up like little 5s and some 4x4s. But it just seemed to lose the pace. And we didn't race the box. It's actually not really one of my favorite cars. I don't know. There's a McLaren. I'm curious to see if this thing will still make a pass, or if it's gonna do like a crazy wheelie, because it'll still run a 5.5. Okay, that's a Lambo. So we only have 153 Lambo on this leaderboard. We do have some fast people up here too. Some fast names. But when you get down to here, there isn't as many. I think there's a bunch of the really fast people missing from this leaderboard. It must be on another leaderboard. So we could easily jump this guy. If we could pull off another one of those 37s. Yeah, I think I hit did I hit 3 of them today? Or was one, or I had one yesterday. Can't remember. Let's see if we can find a race for our McLaren just to see if it'll run a 5.5 and spin like crazy. The T-Bird is a good matchup for this car if my car works. Yeah, we're going to chase him down. I only got a 63 though. I think I messed up a couple of those gears. Still got a Lambo hanging around. He's gone. Yeah, it seems like pretty quiet out here, so probably going to be putting a wrap on this pretty soon. Fishing video and a no limit video in the same day. Let's see if we can knock out a big pass in the Lambo to shut it down here. Oh, now we get the Ferrari. Oh, those are good shifts. Just doesn't feel fast. I think a couple of those shifts could have been slightly different. All right, Gregos, we didn't get a chance to race too much tonight. So make sure, you know, to drop codes if you want to race stuff. Because I'm just I'll just go and go. No one's dropping codes in the YouTube, so got the mommy here. Got the feeling he's just no, I thought he was just gonna leave. Yeah, I pretty much hit the same shifts. Let's try this car that was really insane for us today. What's going on up here? I think we're getting kind of winding things down here. Probably going to be ending here pretty soon. Seems like a good time slot for me, though. This is and there's probably more people on if I were to get on a little bit earlier. But then again, if you get on a little earlier, you're just going to be bombarded with Lambos. So unless you want to do that. Yeah, see, those were their shifts. And I got the 60 too. Those are definitely the shifts. I just didn't get enough kind of out of the middle there. I didn't get into that like 3.3 in the eighth. Because I've kind of been messing with my fifth gear a little bit, but I haven't really tried messing with my fourth gear too much. Of course, I pull out the nitrous car and it's better. But that might have just been that pass. Well, let's see how I do against another Lambo. I got that envelope going up there. Those shifts were a little bit different, but we got a big 60 foot on that one. Yeah, I don't know about going all night. I would have to, I'd have to prepare for something like that. Okay, so we got the 402. Was that the guy I just raced, or did I miss him? Or was that the guy I was trying to race? I definitely hit shifts on those last two, though. So he got a better 60. When I run 42. See, I got the 60 that time. See, this car's running better now. Because I don't know, it's not just hitting the shifts, it's the car making it possible for you to hit the shifts, I think. I messed up on 5th on that one. Let's see, what was that pass? The first couple shifts were right, but then the rest were off. Looks like my car is braking. See, he got the 39, I didn't. He's got the 27s. Although I have the nitrous, so I don't think I'm going to get a 5.3 though. My first shift was way off on that one. Now his car's running way better than mine is. I thought it was coming in. I thought it was going to get there. Because the first two passes, I was nailing the shifts, and then after that, it wasn't the same anymore. I'll try a couple with this one, and that's going to be it. Then we're going to have to go on ChatGPT, I think. But it's funny how Grok pulled that information off of the YouTube video. I don't know how it could do that. Because, I mean, it's searching so it can find that phrase in the tune. Those shifts are all off. But how is it pulling that tune off of the video itself? When it's all visual. Fox Boys. On the 26th. A tree got in my way. I threw off my tire temp. He doesn't want to stage. '60 was there. Messed up second. I'll try this guy with my other car. Somehow my tire temp got messed up. This car seems like it's running a lot better. If you can pull off a 001. my car is just not there. Oh yeah, still packing. Yeah, I mean, I have to start thinking about that. I'm just waiting on some stuff. Could end up with getting a mobile home and just driving around America. That was something I was thinking about. Because you can stay like at certain places for a period of time. You know, but then it's, you're always on the road. And then you don't have a car. So you're kind of stuck at the location that you go to and go around and do stuff. You're living out of whatever food you can carry, or going to McDonald's. Oh, you built a gasser. Okay, yeah, you're rich, I know. You got 29 mil. Let me know when you get 100 mil. I got 134. All right. So let me know. After a while, I don't know if I ever really was like a money, like where I really wanted to get a lot of money. I know that I wanted to get a certain amount so that I was able to buy any car I wanted to buy. But from that point, I just wanted to race. And I managed to figure out things along the way to where I had cars that were really competitive. We're changing to the left lane. Yeah, didn't we build gassers before? Yeah, a gasser would be weird because you have to lift the front up like that. I know there's gassers with bars on them though. Actually, I think a lot of them have bars, don't they? Because they're so high in front, they're going to get up on two wheels. I seem to remember seeing gasser with wheelie bars. Unless it's not like a super fast one, then it might not need them. That's another thing I kind of need to do is I need to get to the track. I actually think there's something going on at the track this weekend, like a special event. But I don't know if I feel like it. some reason I'm hitting that 126 a lot. I'm not, like something's causing me to hit that 126 all the time. And every time this car is like 44. And the 60's not there. And I'm not really doing anything all that different. See my my graphics. The heck? See how it's kind of like the colors are kind of like change in the back, and this one the colors are like, that's my creative venture. I think that's going to be my thumbnail. It's all over the shop.